Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our official friendly match versus Anguilla. Yes, our boys are getting ready for a game on June 4th versus the Bahamas, which will be a World Cup qualifier. Coming up, the Russia game, Grenada makes a few changes to the starting lineup. We see some new faces in there today. So let's hope the boys can go out and give a good account of themselves. I am joined in the commentary box by my comrade Roland Antoine this evening.
Good evening and welcome to all of our viewers. Very nice of you to join us. We're all here in support of our Spice Boys as we prepare for World Cup qualifying. This match should be a nice tune-up for some of the local players. We've got 4 of the foreign base in the mix, and this is an opportunity for them to show to Coach Modest just how much they deserve to be a part of the real squad for the World Cup qualifiers coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the two teams, Team Grenada and Team Anguilla. Please stand with me for the playing of the national anthems, the national anthem of Anguilla. And now for the national anthem of Grenada. And now the team will break for a handshake.
Ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for Grenada today: Chad Phillip in goal. Our captain, Sergio Lewis, leads the line. Kimron Marshall at centre back. We have Jonathan Williams, Parish Murrayhead, who is a new addition to the team. He's 24 years old. He's here from Lewis FC in the UK. Caden Harrack, Joshua Isaac, Keishon Francois, who is another new addition making his debut today, only 21 years old, a crafty left-footed attacker from Natsuri FC in Canada. Ethan Tellisford, Keishon Clark, and Kane Vincent Young. That's our starting lineup for Grenada today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so it promises an exciting match. Sergio Lewis, captain in the side tonight. I think it's first occasion. Just completing his transfer on the local scene. Moving across from Paradise FC. He's now with Sam Spartans. It's quite a bit of movement we've seen in the local transfer market. But the local boys are joined by 4 foreign-based players for tonight's match, and we expect to see nice chemistry when we see as they prepare for Wednesday's World Cup qualifier. Promises something exciting.
Yes, most definitely. The boys have been training for over a period of time, and this is a practice match for a purpose, for one reason only, to put everything into action that they have been practicing.
Correct. You get the feeling that this is a good time for Grenadian football. We've seen the performances of the Spies but over the last few months under coach Nixon Modest, who's been around with the team for quite some time now, former national captain. And if there's one thing you can say about his teams, there's a certain chemistry and a certain camaraderie within the dressing room. And so we look forward to see that chemistry on the field tonight and see how the boys play.
Most definitely, a lot of the boys have been playing together for quite a while. So as I say, the chemistry should be something good and something they're already accustomed to each other, knowing, probably the runs each other is going to make, knowing where each other is going to be on the field at a particular time.
And the Anguillans are probably a nice team to play as a warm-up. They're not too highly ranked. One of the quote-unquote minnows of Caribbean football. But I can assume the Anguillans are here to prove something. But this should be a good tune-up for our Spice boys. They got an opportunity to move the ball. We do expect them to dominate possession here tonight. Have a lot more on the ball, so we get to see them build their play and build their attacks in preparation for the Bahamas game on Wednesday, please God.
Most definitely, and they are on the way. Anguilla leading the kickoff.
See referee Rion Radix in the middle. Made the FIFA referees list not too long ago. Has some international experience as well.
Grenada mounting the pressure on early with the high press. Anguilla yet to play out the half. Ball played long over the top. Marshall.
Again, Kimon Marshall, another one of the movers. Now playing for St. John's Sports on the local scene. You may have known him. Camahan FC.
Yeah.
Got a bit of movement.
He's back home now.
Back home. St. John's Sports.
Just finished the Premier League season in second place. Ball played to Harak, number 4. Dribble through the middle, plays a long ball out wide.
I'm intrigued to see what kind of performance you get from some of the youngsters. Number 6, Ethan Tellisford in the midfield. He's normally in the mix, one of the younger players. Doesn't get much playing time when the foreign-based players come in. But here he gets a start tonight. And hopefully he can impress the coach. Command more starts in the big competitive matches as well.
Definitely looking forward to see what he has to offer. A wayward pass by Grenada. Anguilla regaining possession of the ball. Anguilla game plan seems to be playing out the back. Good play by number 20, switches it over to the striker. Interception by Grenada.
Some of the foreign-based players taking up most of the midfield positions. Caden Harak, we see Parish Muirhead.
Joshua Isaac fouled, free kick into Grenada. Marshall plays it to Harak. Attempts a pass down the right wing, but the ball goes out of play. Throw into Anguilla.
Number 17, Keyshawn Francois, another one of the debutants tonight, coming out of Canada. Plays for North Surrey FC. Impressive university, Trinity Western University is coming out of. Impressive campaign, college circuit. And he's here tonight to prove himself.
Grenada seems to be having a lot of the ball early on in the games. Cedric Lewis drives down the wing, attempts a cross. Ball comes off the Anguillan defender, throwing to Grenada high up the pitch. Grenada racking up the fouls early in Anguilla half. That's always a good sign. Shot from deep. Goes over the bar.
Goal kick for Anguilla. They started short. The Grenadians are here trying to keep the press high.
Seems like the ball took a deflection from the shot. Grenada with the first corner of the game. It's going to be an in-swinger. Lobbing corner over the top deep to keep on my shot, who miscued. Anguilla attempting to play out the back yet again. Grenada making it difficult for them with the high press. They've been forced to play the ball long. All over the top.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see the Grenadians hold on to the ball and make the passes. Anguilla is not that much of a highly ranked team, and you expect the Grenadians to show the dominance in possession. Still yet to see them take hold of the game, but it's early days yet.
Most of the ball played in the attacking third so far for Grenada. Just need that final pass. They've attempted to attack down the left wing a bit more. All right.
So reminder that we've got 4 foreign-based players in the squad for this friendly. You would have heard about Kane Vincent de Jong. He's debuted since 2022. We've got 3 debutants. Number 2, Parish Muirhead. We've got number 17, Kishan Francois. And we've got number... there's one final debutant. Once I get it, I'll let you know.
Parish Muirhead.
It's number 2. I see him playing somewhere in the midfield. Yeah. He plays in England with Lewes FC, community-based club. Plays somewhere in the Isthmian Premier League.
Yep. Grenada retains possession. Clark plays it to Harak. Grenada mounting the pressure down the left side again, but loses possession to Anguilla.
Yeah, so just a correction. So 2 debutants tonight. Harak and Vincent de Jong have been in the squad prior. They've already debuted for the national team. With Francois and Muirhead are the 2 playing for the first time tonight for the Spice Boys.
Harak centre back, who is making his 16th appearance tonight for the Spice Boys.
We've seen him in the defense. We've seen him in the midfield. So the coach is opting to use him where he thinks he might be most useful. Midfield role tonight for Harak, it seems. Seen a lot of the ball. It's dictating the play. How many touches for the number 9 though? Joshua Isaac.
Yep.
Yet to get fully involved in this game.
Both teams yet to register a shot on target. Anguilla haven't had the chance of attacking the Grenada goal as yet. Trying to play out the back yet again. Clark. Francois attempts a pass.
Good hustle left from the debutant, Francois, leaving his post on the right wing all the way across the left side of the box, registering a shot. Blocked by the defender though, but we love the effort and the work rate.
Throwing to Grenada. A shot from deep, skies it way over the bar.
It's way over the bar. Anguillans are no slouches though. They're not highly ranked, but there are some nifty players in their ranks. You're probably witnessing the very unusual locks of the central midfielder. You may think it's something uncomfortable, but he's been quite dominant in his role as a midfielder. Even with quite a full head of hair.
I think prior to this game I would have seen him in a reel on circulating on social media.
Yeah. It's not usual to see a footballer with that much, but he's managing. Here he is on the ball, showing good composure.
Ball recovered by Young. Clark. Marshall. Attacking down the left wing yet again, Grenada. Seems like they are trying to use Isaac as a target man. Trying to get that ball down the left wing to get the crosses in the box.
You can imagine Lewis is captaining the side tonight and Isaac playing together quite a bit on the club level for Paradise FC. They should have good chemistry. Yet to link up here tonight though. I'm going to stick into the game plan though. They're trying to play out of the back. With not much success though. Ball not getting into the forwards. In good positions.
Isaac, who drops deep for the ball. Harak goes out right to Clark. From a debutant, Muirhead on the ball, plays it to Harak, plays it out wide, attacks down the wing,
Just the right back,
gets the
Jonathan
cross
Williams.
into the
Yeah.
box.
It's the first time we've seen the attacking flurry of our wing backs in this game. Jonathan Williams plays for Camon FC in the local scene. Good offense by him.
Defender did what he had to do to throw him off to ensure that he doesn't get a successful cross into the box. Alright. Grenada lost the ball in the midfield. Anguilla mounting a counter attack. Ball played down the left side. Cuts inside. Looks for the shot. Cleaned up by the defender from Grenada. Grenada looking to mount a counter attack themselves. Ball played down the left side yet again. Out of play. Throwing to Anguilla. Grenada backline not having much work to do as yet. Anguilla sticking to the game plan, as we said, trying to play out the back. Possession lost by Anguilla.
When you see what we expect to see in the Grenadians are dominating the possession. They have more of the ball. Looking for some more quality in the possession though. You've yet to see quality opportunities and attempts on goal.
Isaac seems to be dropping off deep, and the midfield collects the ball to get into the game. I guess he'd be looking for that lead run into the box. Getting himself involved in the game.
It's good high press from the Grenadians though. They're squeezing the Anguillans in their own half. Coming forward, defending in numbers.
Safe to say that 80% of the game has been played in Anguilla half.
Correct.
So far.
We'd like to see the Grenadians convert those into quality opportunities though. Again, they're preparing for the World Cup qualifier on Wednesday evening against the Bahamas. Quite a few youngsters in the squad, including 2 debutants, foreign-based players. They'll be looking to impress the coach, Anthony Modeste, hoping for a spot in that squad for the competitive matches.
Ball stolen.
He's in
Drive down. Attempt shot. Not enough power on the ball. The defender made the angle a bit too tight for him, which the keeper had a comfortable save, textbook save, as we would say.
Grenadians continue to press though. Here they come again into the box.
On the right side.
Number 17, Francois.
Puts him wide, plays it in. There's a goal. It was long coming. Francois down the right side.
You got the impression the Grenadians, it was a matter of time before they scored. They were dominating the game. They were playing, pressing the Anguillans, pushing. Good work by Francois, one of the debutants, down the left, the right. He's left-footed down the right, getting past his man, putting the ball across the goal, into the net, for goal number 1 on the night.
Deep in the shoulder, taking the defender off. As soon as the defender was distracted, he took the ball down the wing, tucked it in the far post.
I wasn't fully clear if it was a shot or a cross though. Either way resulted in the goal. And the Grenadians are up 1-0.
Some would say the keeper should have done better there.
Yeah.
And what a start to his career, his international career, Francois. With his first goal, first international goal for Grenada.
Yeah. He's only 21. Canada, coming from Canada, not Surrey FC. Qualifies his father, Dexter Francois, from the Grandlands in the Limes. So he qualifies to play for Team Grenada. He registers a goal on his debut, Keyshawn Francois.
Not a bad start for him. It's something good to have on his resume going back to his club. He can go there and say, I got that first international goal.
Correct.
And I also got the opener in the friendly. Grenada pressing high. Anguilla struggling to play out the back. Francois intercepts. Continues to put the pressure on Anguilla.
Here come the Anguillans again. They've done a lot of that, trying to play out from deep. And here they come for the first time, getting past the first ball. But the Grenadians are back to intercept. For the first time tonight, the Anguillans were able to get past and win a second ball. Or it's still long, but not able to convert it into a meaningful opportunity.
Still yet to register a shot, the Anguillans.
They'll also be looking to prove something. You can imagine they like to show that they not just also runs, but they are developing country, developing nation, developing football nation in the region. And so they're here hoping to show that they can rank with Spice Boys.
Harak there who received some contact to the head. The physio just checking to see if he's okay to continue playing. He seems to be fine. It's a lovely day for football in the city. It's a friendly Grenada versus Anguilla, as Grenada prepare for a match on June 4th against Bahamas, a World Cup qualifier. That's going to be on Wednesday.
Yeah, so we encourage all of you to join us again on Wednesday. If you can come on to the stadium, give all your support to our Spice Boys to launch a bid, World Cup 2026. To
Good
be held.
take day. Ball played out for a corner. Grenada, the second corner of the game. Lewis, who went down the wing, attempted a cross. Ball deflected, went out. You see Cameron Marshall, one of the tallest players in the team, joining in the box in the attack. We're going to have another in-swinger. Ball played in, keeper miss.
It's another corner, the referee signals.
Short corner taken. Harak swings it into the box. Not enough. Anguillan defender attempts a second header. Ball stolen off his feet. Played wide to Francois. Ball played into the far post. Header. Textbook save for the keeper. Isaac getting into the game a bit more.
Grenadians continue to press here, as we would expect. They're looking for a second goal to add to the first scored by Keyshawn Francois.
Nice ball played there from the Anguillans. The attackers just seem to be a yard offside. Official seems to be sharp.
Villains are coming though, they're pushing their lines further forward. They've got their midfielders higher up the pitch. And they're trying to respond, having gone down a goal to nil to the Spice Boys. The Grenada continues to press. Looking at the boys here, Rooney, thinking there are some other foreign beasts to come in for the qualifier on Wednesday, please God. Who do you think would have impressed the coach sufficiently to command a starting spot? Any of the youngsters and the newer ones?
So far, I'm quite impressed with Francois' gameplay. Both him and Moorhead, which is two debutants today. Also, some of the locals are doing quite well so far. We see Joshua Isaac getting into the game. We all know he's a prolific striker who can give us goals on a good day.
Yeah.
So he's someone we would want to have in the squad. Also Harak, who is a regular at this point in the centre back. he's having quite a good game.
Harak seems to be playing more of a midfield role tonight. Like, you can imagine the game situation allows for him to come forward even more, getting on the ball, dictating the play. More attacking prowess more than defensive duties tonight for Harak.
Free kick for Anguilla. About 30 yards out. Ball swung in the near post header. Anguilla got the second ball. Will now build a play from the back. Playing patience football. They seem to be finding their rhythm a bit.
They're growing into it. I think they had to respond having gone down 1-0. And they're actually committing more numbers, more bodies forward. They've taken up a higher average position on the pitch as well.
Ball played over the top. Keeper comes to claim quite easily.
I must give the Grenadians that tonight. They've been energetic in the defending, pressing high up the pitch, pressing in numbers, trying to win it back early. And they've been rattling the Anguillans quite a bit.
And we have a goal to show for that. Ball dinked over the top. A high boot by Marshall. He's going to receive the first yellow card of the game. Seems to be pleading his innocence to the referee. I think it's there for all to see.
Yeah.
It was a high boot.
Number 15 for the Anguillans, the midfield general. Aiden Scipio. Can't miss him, the long dreads, all the way down to his ankles, it seems.
A unique style we don't see in football
Right, unique.
that much.
He even has a tie around the waist to keep the dreads together.
Keep it down, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. But he's been quite effective, and the coach seems to have pushed him high up the pitch, trying to respond to the Grenadians' goal. So he's playing a lot more offense than you would have at the start of the game, and you're seeing the Anguillans pushing forward.
Free kick. Ball played just on top of the 18-yard box. Number 20, Jiff. A tackle there by number 13 from Grenada. There's been appeals for a penalty, but it's only a corner.
Yeah, it wasn't much contact. I think he got the ball. Jonathan Williams, right back. So nothing to show, nothing to appeal for in that one.
Corner played up. 8.
Nice turn there by number
Counter-attack.
16. Number 6, even Telesford. Forward he comes.
Defender drift him wide. Will not make the by Telesford. Plays it into the box. Ball drops in the back post. Attempted shot, deflection. Goes out for a corner.
The Grenadians continue to press here, and you get the feeling that goal number 2 is on the cards.
Grenada putting a series of attacks together. Another corner. It's going to be taken by Francois, an in-swinger. Going to try to get it on the head of Joshua Isaac or Kimron Marshall, who is 2 of the taller players for Grenada in the box. Grenada seems to be trying one of those corner routines that they have practiced in training. As we will see, one from the training ground.
Yeah.
Let's hope we can at least get a goal from one as time progresses.
Yeah, the game has evolved so much nowadays.
Swinger well defended by Anguilla.
So Set pieces are a significant part of the attack these days. Look at teams like Arsenal, who so many of their goals come from set pieces. Not something to take lightly.
Yeah. Shout for a foul. Referee says play on. Anguilla in possession. Tries to play a ball through the middle for the attacker, but it was intercepted by Clark from Grenada. Grenada goes back to the keeper, giving him some action since he haven't had that much action.
I was about to comment. He probably hasn't seen the ball for the last 20 minutes. Still a lot though. But the Anguillans are going into the game, keeping more of the ball, moving further and further forward. Grenadians seem to have conceded more of the possession to them. But it's natural. Now that you're a goal up, you can afford to rest a little more. You don't want to take the Anguillans for granted though, because they could be coming forward more and more.
Grenada just needing to make some tighter passes in the final third. That's the only way Grenada can get goals. By tightening up on the passes, it's all good and well coming down from the midfield, but in the final third where it's most important, they definitely needs to get it a bit tighter.
Yeah.
Comfortable header from Marshall. Francois.
Captain for the night, Sergio Lewis. He's out on the left flank.
Clark. A 1-2 between Clark and Moorhead. Ball played out right. Grenada putting a series of passes together, just waiting for that opening, waiting for that moment, waiting for the breakdown of Anguilla's defense so they can make that move. Isaac.
You get the impression there have been some technical adjustments by Coach Modest. Having seen what Anguillans have to offer, defenders are pushing forward more.
Correct. Anguilla not seem to be playing much of a pressing game, not much of a energetic game. Isaac drives through the middle, hits the shot. Narrowly miss. Was there a touch from the keeper? No, that went wide off the post. What an attempt there for Isaac. Should it been on target? Keeper might have gotten left. Long ball played over the top. Tussle in the midfield for the ball. Anguilla and come out successful. Keep driving. Referee says it's a foul. Free kick awarded to Anguilla.
Scipio for Anguilla, the notorious midfielder, seems to have taken up a centre forward position. He seems to be ahead of the ball when they're building the attack. So the coach should have made some adjustment, trying to respond to the goal from the Spice Boys.
He seems to be the star boy. He's in the center of everything. Lined up for a free kick. Tries playing the ball to the back post. Williams. Clean tackle. Nice holding up of the ball by Anguilla. Resets the play, going back to the keeper, getting him involved in the game. As we know, these days the keepers, they got to have that ability of playing with their feet.
Yeah.
It's not just getting the ball anymore and sending it upfield. The keepers are part of the tactical system.
Very much so. Most of international coaches now looking for ball playing goalkeepers who are able to control a pass, become a fifth defender, and even distribute. You think of the likes of Edison from Man City, who they distribute so well from deep. So it's an evolving role in the modern game.
So those two things are very important, being a sweeper keeper and being able to play with your feet. Anguilla taking a shot corner. Ball swung in. Barely got into the box. Anguilla got the second ball. Still in possession.
Spice Boys seem to be content to sit on top of the box, their own box, and allow the Anguillans to come at them. Very different from the pressing game we saw in the first 20 minutes odd of this match.
Isaac, nice hold up play. Good tackle from the Anguillan defender. He took that ball off Isaac's feet.
Here's Scipio on the ball for Anguilla.
There's a long ball in behind Grenada's defense. Scipio back on the ball. Plays it out wide. Good protection of the ball. Anguillan seems to be growing in confidence as time goes by. Ball played back to the keeper.
Yeah, you stop and think and want to know, was it part of the coach's plan to absorb the pressure for the first 20-30 minutes and then go into the game as it went on?
Oh. Dangerous tackle there in the midfield. The referee went to his pocket. So a yellow card administrated to the player from Anguilla for a wayward tackle on Clark. Free kick. Vincent Young takes the free kick. Lobs it in. Grenada still under attack. Textbook save from the keeper.
Yellow card for Team Anguilla.
Number Keontae Brook in the 36 minutes of the game.
Anguilla playing out the back yet again. Ball played up the left wing. Harak retrieves possession for Grenada. Plays it back to our keeper.
Yeah, it really is a tale of two halves here. The Grenadians started the first 20 minutes out with the high press, dominating the possession, keeping the ball well, and they got the goal as a reward for it. But they seem to have been happy to allow the Anguillans to respond, and so they've been on the back foot, Spice Boys, for the last 10 minutes out. As we're looking to wrap the first half of this one.
Grenada looking quite comfortable on the ball. Not being pressed too much by the Anguillans. Lovely take from Lewis. Harak charge up for the shot, fakes.
Goal scorer Francois. Here he's again trying to get past his man. Unsuccessful this time. But he's looked comfortable. He's only 21 years old. He's for North Surrey FC in Canada. Making his debut tonight for the Spice Boys. You can see him for quite some time in the future representing Team Grenada.
It's 5 minutes till halftime. What would the team talk be like for the Anguillan coach? The only thing that could change the team talk now is probably a goal from Anguilla to bring the game level. It seems to be a bit of a task for them.
Yeah, so Harak and Muirhead have been dominating, dictating the play for the Spice Boys, number 4 and number 2. They've been driving the team forward. Captain for the night, Sergio Lewis, playing out wide on the left. He's been one of the main points of attack. But the goal came down the right hand side by the debutant, Francois, for the Spice Boys. So the Grenadians would have absorbed the press from the Anguillans, and they're now back on the attack. Ethan Telesport coming into the box. Here he is.
Got past this player, drove baseline, tried playing it back up to the penalty spot. Didn't get the contact on the ball he was looking for. Grenada mounting an attack again down the left side.
Kimon Marshall, he's on the ball. Only yellow card of the match to this point. Here come the Anguillans. Down a goal. A few minutes left in the first half. Hoping they can tie things up. Not with those loose passes though. Here's a goal scorer, Francois on the ball. Pushing forward, driving the team forward. Slipping it through, but the goalie comes off his line quickly. Smothering it. Bring a halt to that attack. Canadians continue. Maybe icing on the cake perhaps to get a second before the half.
Alright, Grenada in total control of the match as we edges down to halftime.
It's safe to say they've dominated the first half in totality. And perhaps 1-0 doesn't quite reflect how dominant they were in this half, the Spice Boys.
Kimron Marshall attempting his signature long throw-in into the box. Header from Isaac.
Very good offer, but no goal results for Team Grenada. Spice Boys continue though. Looking to close off the first half nicely. Coach Nixon Modeste probably already preparing his halftime team talk.
Lewis. Another misplaced pass for Grenada. Definitely needs to be tighter in the final third, in the second half. Francois. Another long throw attempt. The signature long throw. Can Grenada get a second before the half? Long throw in. Penalty spot. Header there. Textbook save for the keeper.
Again to Marshall trying to find Isaac with a long throw. Not enough on that one to trouble the goalkeeper. So Anguilla continues to press. They seem to be looking for an equalizer. A standout player, I would say. Number 15, Eden Scipio. Long dreads in the midfield.
Anguilla continues to try to find a way through Grenada's defense. It seems to be rock solid at the moment. The spaces are not opening up for those passes. The balls are being intercepted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the four officials indicating that
1 minute of time added on in the first half.
So the house announcer just announced the end of regulation. There's 1 minute of stoppage time in this first half.
There weren't much stoppages in the first half. There's only 1 minute additional time.
ladies and gentlemen,
That's the half.
the first half, Grenada 1, Anguilla 0.
It's the end of the first half of this one, international friendly Grenada versus Anguilla, here at the Crown James Athletic Stadium. Grenada leads 1-0 at the half as they prepare for the upcoming World Cup qualifier on Wednesday, June 4th against the Bahamas. We're back here again 7 p.m. for World Cup qualifying action.
One of our debutants, Francois, got that only goal for Grenada in the first half. Shouldn't be much of a hard team talk for our coach, Nixon Modest, heading into the locker room. Anguilla will try to shift the tactics a bit, come back and try to trouble Grenada and probably possibly get a goal level.
It is on Anguilla. I think Grenada, for the most part, would have dominated the first half. Stats would show more opportunities on goal, more possession, more attacks on goal. Only 1 goal to show for it though, and so the conversions will have to improve in the second half. Their final third play has to improve. They want to be a little more clinical in the final third. But on the grand scheme of things, they've dominated around the back, around the midfield, and they'll be looking to see if they can impose an advantage in the second half, come and go in another 2 or 3 goals.
Grenada with loads of positives to take from the second half. Anguilla, should I say, they would have an uphill climb in the second half. We know 1-0 is not necessarily a lot of goals. It's not something that's hard to come back from. But as long as Anguilla put, the tactics in place and come back second half and give it the all, anything is possible at this point.
That will be one of the positives they'll take from this half, that they're only down 1-0. And to be honest, on the balance of things, they probably should have been more, but they're going to take the 1-0. I'm sure they're probably happy of the 2 sides of the half, Anguilla. And they're rallying and preparing team talk to come back in the second half and do even more.
Most definitely.
So we're back for the start of second half action. International friendly Grenada versus Anguilla. We're live here at the Grenada Games Athletic Stadium. Grenadians are up, Spice Boys 1-0 on the Anguillans. We saw 3 half-time changes. Goalkeeper Chad Phillip, he's out. In comes number 22, Trishan Thomas. Plays for RGPF, making a move from Queen's Park Rangers this season. We've also seen the goal scorer come off, Keyshawn Francois, the debutant. He's replaced by number 23, Zay Douglas. And then captain on the night, Cedric Lewis, number 10, he's out. In comes number 11, VJ Valsin.
VJ Valsin, a young talent from St. John's Sports, a left winger. He sometimes reminds me of Lamine Yamal when I watch him play in the Premier League.
Well, he'll have a chance to prove himself here tonight.
Most definitely, I'm looking forward to it.
I think the young players in general, they'll be trying to impress Coach Nixon Modest, looking for a spot in the squad for the upcoming World Cup qualifier, Wednesday, June 4th against the Bahamas.
Marshall.
This is Douglas here, Zay Douglas, just coming on for the second half.
Isaac retains possession. Ball plays back to Isaac. Trying to dink it over the top to the striker. Lost in possession. Anguilla goes on the attack.
So the Grenadians have started this second half similar to
Valsin attacks into the box. Plays it. Oh! Just wide of the post. Valsin, fresh legs in the game.
The Grenadians have
I just
started
spoke
this
about.
second
I'm sure
half
you've seen the actions that I spoke about.
Yes, yes.
Attacks
Right
into
footed,
the
but I
box.
think Lamar would have been on the other side.
Plays it.
Had a chance to catch his name and to walk on with a statement. But he misses that one, and the score remains at 1-0 in favor of the Spice Boys.
Seemed to have a deflection on the way in. VJ Valsin with some early action.
So the second half started in similar fashion to the first half, the Grenadians dominating possession and the run of play. Let's see if they can convert the chances.
Corner for Grenada, Douglas with an in-swinger. Looking for the head of Kimron Marshall. Ball played in the back post, good save. Lovely aggression from Grenada too. Lovely flick on.
There also some changes for Anguilla at the half. Star player number 15, Aiden Scipio, no longer on the pitch. We don't see the long dreads. Chance for some of the youngsters to get some game time.
Grenada continues to press, make it uncomfortable for the Anguillan back four. Putting pressure on the ball, not giving them a chance to settle and play.
The Anguillans seem to have come out this half a little more purpose than they did in the first half. It wasn't until minute number 20-25 when they actually opened up and began to play on more offense. But being a goal down, you can imagine they need to move forward. And so they started the second half with a little more attacking prowess.
The fresh legs in the game are doing definitely what they came in to do. Anguilla with a free kick. Ball lobbed to the penalty spot. Easy header for Marshall. Grenada amongst a counter attack through Zaid, who drives down the left side. Defender comes across. Easy clearance for him. Grenada amongst a counter attack through Zaid, who drives down the left side.
Zaid Douglas just coming on in the second half. You can see the fresh legs on him. You can see his desire to want to impress Coach Modest.
Grenada seems to be finding the spaces down the left side quite early on in the second half. Looking for an early goal. Already 2 clear chances created. Ball swung in, back post. Ball collected by Harak. Attempts to drive past the defender. Ball was poked out his feet. Position back into Grenada. It's another corner.
As with any match, you can imagine the substitutions will cause a little bit of nervousness within the squad, within the team. Anguilla's trying to settle, get a foothold on this game.
Ball swung in back post. Foul. Ball goes.
Not for the first time, goalkeeper Shamar Brown comes off his line, not able to gather.
Quick play from Anguilla, not allowing Grenada backline to set. Ball collect quite comfortably by Grenada's goalkeeper.
So he is another one of the movers and shakers. Like I said, quite a bit of local transfers, quite a bit of local action in the market. So Trishan Thomas, you see the gather from Z Douglas, not able to do much with it. Trishan Thomas in goal, moving from Queen's Park Rangers, now plays for Royal Grenada Police Force FC in the first division.
Earlier on, we would have seen Douglas more central of the field. He seems to have switched with Valsin, who have taken up more infield position.
Marshall moves across for the long throw. We've seen quite a few in the first half. He'll aim for number 9, Joshua Isaac.
Alfred Marshall on the team for his power throws is an advantage, because throws like that, you can call it a set piece as well.
Yeah, and as you see, the modern game set pieces are critically important. Worked on, and they get quite a bit of time on the training ground. You want to capitalize on every set piece that you possibly can.
As we saw in first half, a large portion of the game has been played in Anguilla's half. Early on in the second, long throw, keeper comes, he misses the ball.
Yet again.
Nice ball played on top, attempts the volley. Oh, what a goal!
What a finish! What a finish! Spice Boys up 2-0 with this one. Powerful half volley, the inside of the box.
53rd minute. Grenada strikes again. 2-0.
What a finish! What a finish!
Seeing goals like this just reminds me how beautiful the game is.
So that's an attacker's finish from the right back, Jonathan Williams. He took up a spot inside of the box. You may be asking the coach to play him a little further forward.
That ball came begging for a volley. And he got that perfect contact. Too much power on the ball, too much of a perfect contact for the keeper to react in time.
Don't forget to come next Wednesday right here at Kieran James against Senior versus Bahamas.
Anguilla's trying to respond. Straight from the kickoff, long ball over the top. Aiming for number 14. Just on in this half. That's Jared Sheens. He's not able to gather.
Scored the second goal for Grenada, number 13, Jonathan Williams, in the 63rd minute.
Jalen Smeens, number 14 for Anguilla. Jalen
Grenada
Smeens.
2.
Jonathan Williams, who I've known for quite a while, he's a player of FC Cameroon.
Again, player number 13, Jonathan Williams.
Normally in the centre back position for his club, but he's here on the right back for the national team.
In the 53rd minute of play.
Just seems to be just as comfortable though.
Looks very impressive thus far. Ball played over the top to Isaac, who attempts to control, plays it out for a throw into Anguilla. For Marshall in the back, doing his job with purpose.
Yeah, he's been comfortable tonight, quite impressive. Solid in the back.
Don't forget to come out next Wednesday here at Grenada Gentleman Stadium, Grenada versus the Bahamas World Cup qualifier.
Alright. Long ball played over the top. Tries to find Isaac. Comfortable save for the keeper. Ball played back to the keeper from Marshall.
Haak seems to have dropped back into the defense in the second half. Now with the captain's armband. More advanced positions he took up in the first half. As a result of the Anguillans allowing and conceding possession to Spice Boys. Here comes Valsin.
Valsin goes up the ball quite well. Possession lost in the midfield. Marshall drawing another foul.
It's a very clumsy looking tackle. Challenge, a push it was from number 17 for the Anguillans. It's Tariq Jackson.
Douglas.
So you can see the team talk at the half for Anguilla. They're trying to attack more, leaving themselves more open to counter attack though. More spaces opening up. So they'll have to be careful. It's already 2-0 down here.
Grenada getting that early second half goal puts them at an advantage. Nice ball played over the top, intercepted by the centre back from Anguilla. Kimron Marshall again cleaning up in the back, winning most of his duels. Valsin.
Debutant Moorhead, number 2 for Grenada.
Ball switches from right to left. Douglas jumps the shoulder, crosses in the ball. No one's in there. Valsin gets it.
I must say we've seen some burst of energy from 2 second half subs. Z Douglas, number 23, down the left flank, and VJ Valsin, number 11, on the right flank. Clearly you can see the coach would have given them instructions, and they're taking the attack, taking the game to the Anguillans.
Both players are players that go at defenders. They are not just lead back wingers, but as we will see the modern day wingers. And they will always go at the defenders, making them uncomfortable.
Second half, we'll endeavour to give you the substitutions subsequently.
Comfortable take, number 60, Kane Vincent Young for the Spice Boys. Oof, a little bit sloppy in the midfield from Muirhead. He recovers nicely, and the Spice Boys are back in possession. Switch out to the left winger.
Just shot. Perhaps he's putting in a fight, but unfortunately, clean tackle. Seems to be a bit of temper flaring up.
Oof. No need for this one to get ugly.
Clean tackle.
Another second half sub for Anguilla, number 11, Antonio Fleming.
Seems to be a bit of temper flare.
A bit of a tangle with Spice Boys, number 7.
Clark felt like he was done wrong by the Angolan player, reacted. Luckily he escaped.
I think Fleming and Anguilla left a foot in the tackle. But referee opting not to present any cards, and the game continues. Number 23, Z Douglas, is down on the field for the Spice Boys. Physio Mario Christopher is on attending.
Grenada preparing some changes on the sideline as we speak. Looks like it's going to be 4 changes for Team Grenada. Getting some fresh legs in the game.
And Sharp will be at the third recreation ground
Well defended by Marshall once again.
The back line of Grenada, they've done well. They've handled the challenges as they've come. You can imagine the Bahamas will be a tougher test, though. And so, they'll have to have their head in the game for Wednesday's World Cup qualifier.
Few players waiting for the chance to enter the game on the sideline. One of those players, Keston Williams, number 8. 21, Karen Bridgman. Number 19 as well, Dion Phillip. We'll also see EJ George, number 20 in a few. And number 14, Jamal Gittins, who was the top scorer in the division last season with St. David's.
Yeah, so he literally carried his team from the first division up into the Premier League, top scorer. So he'll be looking to get some more goals here for Spice Boys. And again, these are players who ordinarily may not have been in the squad, so they're looking for a chance to impress Coach Modest. And they'll have the opportunity.
Gittins, who made the team for the first time on the trip to Russia. He has a chance to get his second cap tonight. A very prolific striker, he's strong. So I've had the chance.
Quick on the ball, I've seen him a couple of matches. And
I've had the chance of playing against him in the division last season. Definitely a strong player.
Yeah. Next to run at defenders. So you'll get a chance here tonight.
Subs are being prepared.
You want to be mindful though. Sometimes the subs can disrupt the flow of the game and too many are made too soon, too often. And so we'll have to see what the team looks like, how they reshape, how they resettle.
Everybody get foul there. Seems to have collected a knock in the head.
It's Keyshawn Clark.
Grenada making 5 subs.
So the first one, out comes number 6, Ethan Telesford. In goes number 19, Dion Phillip. Out comes number 2, Parish Muirhead. In goes number 20, EJ George. Off comes number 7, that's Keyshawn Clark.
Just received a knock.
Keston Williams goes on, number 8. Off comes number 9, Joshua Isaac. On goes number 14, Jamal Gittins. And off comes number 16, that's Kane Vincent Young. On goes number 21, Kareem Bridgman. So the Spice Boys, Coach Modest is shaking things up.
Giving everybody a fair chance to prove themselves as we get ready for that game next Wednesday. That World Cup qualifier game versus Bahamas will be back here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium at 7 p.m. sharp again.
Road to World Cup 2026, right here in the North American World Cup, USA, Mexico, Canada.
Marshall gives it back to the keeper. Goes wide right. Nice one-touch played.
The youngsters are moving the ball nicely. Get the impression they're all trying to impress, and so they want to have a good game here. They're looking good. They're looking good at this point.
The ball seems to be moving a bit faster
Yes.
this time around in the second half. Some younger legs in the game. We expect more running, a bit more pace, a bit more physicality, as we've seen all year.
Got a lot more to prove. We've got quite a few internationals to fall back into the squad for the World Cup qualifiers, and so this might be the chance, the opportunity to shine, to show to the coach they deserve to be a part of the big team, A team, the real team, the competitive ones.
Who knows? This might just be our time. We might just make it to the World Cup this time around.
Oh, what a dream. Spice Boys.
Long show. Oh. That defender knew nothing about that ball on the far post.
It's interesting though, it's probably the 4th occasion I've seen goalkeeper Shamar Brown come on out and not collecting. He may want to reconsider that move, or perhaps the coach may want to work on that one, because he comes out but doesn't quite gather.
His height might be a problem in that instance, also misjudging the ball. Grenada going in with a strong tackle on the Anguillans.
So it's quite a bit of changes. Team Grenada, Spice Boys, only 2 of the starting 11 still on the pitch. Got 9 changes. He had 3 at the half, and another 6 we just witnessed, including the goalkeeper at the half. It's a much younger team, much hungrier, looking to prove themselves to the coach. And so,
good hold off by Marshall. Grenada playing out from the back. Good flick on. Grenada attacks on the right wing. Checks back, plays it into the midfield. Switches the ball to the left side. Just tried threading that ball through, but not enough on it, which allowed the defender to clean up.
So the score continues 2-0 to the Spice Boys. 1 goal scored on the other side of the half. Debutant Kishan Francois in the first half, putting the Spice Boys up 1-0. And then defender Jonathan Williams scoring early in the second half to push the score 2-0. So here we are in the 68th minute of play. Spice Boys 2, Anguilla 0.
Coach Jeffrey for Anguilla seems to be a bit animated on the line, showing his frustration with his players. Anguilla, who had a good start to the half, is kind of doubling down for them now.
Anguilla has made quite a few changes to their starting 11, and I don't feel they've quite gotten to the rhythm of the second half. You're not seeing the midfield passes and the link-up play that we would have seen when they dominated a portion of the first half.
Coach Modest sitting on the bench while Anguilla's coach is being animated. Coach Modest is quite impressed with his team so far.
I mean, I on the balance of things, I would say Spice Boys have had an impressive showing. Is it enough to take down the Bahamas in the World Cup qualifier? It's another question. So you don't just want to win the match, but you want to work on some things and ensure that the team is ready for the tougher tests that lie ahead.
Hence the reason for so much fresh legs in the game. Now guys, we are here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. It's Grenada versus Anguilla international friendly. Grenada with an early first half and second half goal. Anguilla yet to trouble Grenada's goalkeeper in any sort in the second half.
Not sure I remember an official shot on target from the Anguillans in the entire match.
Nice ball played through. Keeper comes to claim.
Nice brave goalkeeping by Brown, number 21 for Anguilla.
That pass being a bit heavy allowed the goalkeeper to come off his line quick enough to claim. Good ball played. That nice Cristiano Ronaldo chop, but the pass was wayward. Anguilla's coach Jeffrey continues to show his frustration. Can't seem to get it together those tactics that was discussed in the locker room at halftime. We saw some snippets of Anguilla early on in the second half, but Grenada seems to be cancelling out the every move. Attack down the left side. Shot attempt, comfortable save for the keeper.
So I think that's officially the first shot on target from the Anguillans. Good offer, comfortable enough for goalkeeper Trishan Thomas. And he takes quite comfortably.
Grenada allowed a lot of space in the midfield to play. As you can see, that player collected the ball without any pressure on his back.
Yeah, number 19, Dion Phillip. He's seen quite a bit of the ball since coming on in the second half here for Spice Boys. Plays for Queen's Park Rangers FC.
Anguilla's midfield just sitting a bit too deep. Allows Grenada a lot of comfort on the ball. Don't hold up.
Nice run through the midfield.
Not enough on that ball there. Almost lost possession to Douglas. Anguilla seems to be struggling with the same thing that Grenada struggled with in the first half, with making those final third passes. They're getting up the pitch a bit more, but they just need to get that final pass right.
See the young midfielders for Spice Boys, number 20 EJ George, number 19 Dion Phillip. Two young players being asked to command this midfield here. And they're looking quite comfortable here in the second half. Ball over the top, finds the right winger, number 14.
Has a bit of space to drive into, plays it across the box.
This one could be
Defender missed.
dangerous. Jonathan Williams, number 13, he comes across. Clear.
Cleaning up.
Does a good job to clean up for his defense.
A bit of skating for the Grenadians. Ball played into Gittins.
There is Gittins. Likes to run at his defenders.
Turns across into the box.
So the Anguillans are trying to mount an attack. We've seen a little bit more attempts on goal in these last few minutes of this second half. So already made it number 74 though. They're down 2-0 to the Spice Boys. Spice Boys have dominated the possession. The stats would show that they've got more opportunities on goal, more attempts on the goal, and they deserve to be 2-0 up at this point on the balance of things.
Seems to be three more players sent to warm up by Grenada. Kimron Marshall with attempts his long throw again.
There's no Joshua Isaac to find though, so you'll have to look for a new target.
Set piece through. The ball beats everybody and lands in the back post. Anguilla amongst a counter attack. Down the left side.
Nice recovery by midfielder Dion Phillip. Tracking back, cutting up the counter attack, doing the business for his team. Again, Team Grenada comes forward.
Quite a bit of space in the midfield. Grenada playing some easy passes within there.
Seen some movement in the back line. Goal scorer number 13, Jonathan Williams, moving from the right back position. He's now taking up looks like a left centre back position. May have just been temporary. Seem to be reshuffling again the back line. Harak and Marshall have done a commendable job in this outing. They've been solid, they've been deliberate, they've been composed on the ball.
Good ball played into. Carlson drives on the wing. Good tackle. He retrieves possession, tries again. Keep going as a defender.
So having a real battle with his defender.
Good ball played in. Carlson again. Can hear the cheers from the stands for him. With a bit more experience, I definitely think that Vasim can be a deadly winger for Team Grenada in the future.
He looks quite lively. He does.
He's pretty young.
Quite lively.
At some time. I can tell you what I've seen from him over the years. It has been marvelous. So no doubt that he can bring that to the national team. As time goes by, corner swung in, keeper comes, punches.
Brown collects this time. Punches, but he's down.
Foul on the keeper, head injury.
So it's minute number 77, international friendly, Grenada versus Anguilla, live at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Preparation for June 4th, Wednesday's World Cup qualifier. Spice Boys to take on the Bahamas. Looking to make it to World Cup 2026, held in North America this time around. Mexico, Canada, USA. All three countries joining together to host the games.
You gonna go catch a few games? It's close enough.
Close enough, it really is close enough. Probably won't get any closer than that.
I'm telling you.
It would be quite the honor, the privilege to catch a game or two. The Spice Boys looking to book their ticket officially as competitors.
A chance there to take a water break and talk things over for both teams. As a goalkeeper from Anguilla is being attended to. One of the coaches, Alexis, just came from warming up 3 players. Will be introduced to the game soon for Team Grenada.
We've already had 9 changes, 3 at the half, another 5. 8 changes, another 5 during the course of the second half.
That's the good things about friendlies. You get to make as many changes as possible.
And he seems set to make another 3.
Friendlies are what you would call the experiment.
They really are. Chance for the young players to show to the coach just how much they deserve to be a part of the competitive matches. Chance for some fringe players to get some game time, some action. 2-0, the Spice Boys are up. Looking to close on this one out nicely. Still another 12 minutes of regulation. Goal number 1 scored in the first half by Kishon Francois, debutant, 21 years of age. Grenadian father, out of Canada, representing North Surrey FC. One of 2 debutants tonight, and he scores on debut for the Spice Boys. Second goal scored early in the second half by right back number 13, Jonathan Williams, from an advanced position. Lovely half volley on the inside, just around the penalty spot. Looking quite impressive. Finish of a striker more than a defender, putting the Spice Boys up 2-0 in this international friendly.
Players seem to have gone down in the middle of the field.
That's a second half sub, number 21, Karim Bridgman. He's only been on for 15 minutes or so, and he's down. Physio Mario Christopher rushes out.
Let's hope it's nothing serious.
These non-contact injuries are the more troubling ones. I don't think I saw him receive a hit, but he's down. Doesn't seem to be too serious. It's jogging off. Trying to shake it off. Can't imagine his cramps. He's only been on for 15 minutes. He's had an extensive warm-up.
Yep. Grenada lining up some subs on the sideline.
And we've seen the signal for the sub to be subbed.
Tussle for the ball, they got a shot off. It's way over the back.
So number 14, Gittins, he's making himself a nuisance in the forward areas. Hoping to score for Spice Boys tonight. Trying to bring his goal scoring form from the local leagues to the international scene. Last season's Golden Boot. And the three subs are here. So
Cameron Marshall coming off. And on goes Melvin Charles. Number 13, Jonathan Williams, the goal scorer. He's going to be coming off for number 18, Shemron Williams.
I saw the change that was forced to left back. Number 21, Kareem Bridgman, he came off. Number 3, he's on.
Neil Rennie. Oh. A hard fall there.
Second card of the night, first yellow for Anguilla. That's number 11. Try to get a number for you. That's number 11 for Anguilla. Second half sub, Antonio Fleming. He's yellow carded.
Anguilla just have about 6 minutes plus added time to get something from this game. 2 goals might be a steep mountain to climb, but with so much time left, and anything can happen in football with this much time.
Love to see Spice Boys put in a third one here. They've looked quite impressive up to this point. Not a chance to take the foot off the gas just yet. Shouldn't be. Quite a few changes. We've had 11 changes already on the night.
Valson is struggling to keep control of the ball.
Red card for Team Anguilla, number 11, Antonio.
Good drive.
In the 84th minute of play.
Applause from the crowd. The movement of number 23, Zay Douglas, down the left wing. Getting by 3 players. Not able to successfully put the cross in. So it's a goal kick for the Anguillans.
This would have been a quite comfortable game for Team Grenada so far. We're in the 86th minute. Anguilla yet to pose any serious threat in the second half. This passes player. Nice hold up.
Good movement from the Anguillans in the midfield here.
Shot attempt. Ball goes wide.
It's a good offer. At least it's an attacking offer from number 19. That's Jordan Deans for the Anguillans. Shot off target though. But at least they're registering their presence and making their intent known.
At least they are finding the spaces to get shots off. Just needs to get it on target a bit to trouble the keeper. Dumps it wide to Valsin, who plays it back.
Referee spots an infringement there. And so the ball is awarded to Anguillans. It's the 87th minute of play. Grenadians are up 2-0.
Grenada in total control.
There is Gittins running down the
Gittins.
left flank. He loves the space. He loves the option to run at defenders.
Penalty shout.
Oh no, it's not.
Ball goes Anguilla way.
Ball going the other direction. says
Grenada
the
wins back
referee.
position right away.
Shot comes in from number 20, EJ George from the midfield. On target, but comfortable enough for Brown in goal for Anguilla.
Good dummy.
Good ball movement from Spice Boys here.
Patience football, patience football.
Midfielders are doing well. Young they are, EJ George and Dion Phillip, but they're moving the ball nicely in the midfield.
Another penalty shout from the fans.
No, says referee.
The referee said it's only a goal kick.
They have been playing for that one, Zay Douglas. But he's doing some good work down the left flank for the Spice Boys.
Played that ball forward deep to his shoulder and probably was looking for the contact. Good shot there. It's only the side netting.
Gittins did well to hold off his man, allow the ball to roll across his body, can't get the shot on target.
Probably should have done a bit better.
Yeah.
Good ball over the top. Switches the wing. You need a one possession. You need to being allowed so much time on the ball, so much space to play. Hence the reason they are creating so much chances, finding the spaces, playing through the wingers, getting those balls into the box. Ball played out wide. Early cross from Valsin. No one's there.
Nice work from the...
Good strength. Ref says no foul play on. This time, it's a free kick.
Referee having a talk. Anguilla number 11 seems to be quite aggressive. Couple tackles in succession. It's Antonio Fleming.
Fourth official says 5 minutes additional time.
Minimum of 5 minutes added on to the second half.
Grenada has 5 minutes to keep a clean sheet here today.
5 minutes to push for a third.
Seems to be a scuffle in the box. The referee went over to sort it out. No problem there. Ball swung in. Comfortable save from Anguilla's goalie.
Anguilla still, you get the impression of looking for that elusive goal. You want to leave here with something.
Number 11, a very aggressive player. He wins the free kick for his team.
It's a little battle brewing here between 23 for Spice Boys, Douglas, and 11 for Anguilla, Antonio Fleming. See them in a couple tangles in the second half.
A chance to get something from a set piece from Anguilla. Late on. Can they do it? Ball swung in near post, comfortable for the keeper. Grenada still allowed a lot of playing space while Anguilla backs away from the ball. Trying to ensure they do not concede a third before the end of the match. Seems to be playing a defensive low block.
See a signal from the Anguilla coach Jeffrey. Just telling his team to slow things down, and seems they've lost the impetus to go forward. He's asking his players to draw back and hold the defensive shape. He might be settling for the 2-0 here.
Damage control.
It's an international friendly, so you want to see your players, you want to give them opportunity to move into attacking spaces.
Ball goes out of play for a goal kick. Good play. Ball intercepted by the centre back. Keeper easily collects with his feet.
Been impressed by the midfielders, I must say. EJ George and Dion Phillip. Granted, they've been allowed the time and space by the Anguillan midfield, but they've been comfortable and confident on the ball. And they've moved the ball forward nicely here to number 15. Grenada's into the box. Not able to get across into the deadly area. It's out for a corner kick. Well defended by number 22 for Anguilla. That's Javari Leverett Francois.
Not much time left to play.
Javari Leverett Francisca, that is. For Anguilla.
Plays in World Cup qualifying against the Bahamas.
Low corner, low run driven in. With the game already being sealed at 2-0, Grenada still keeps the pressure on, looking for a third. There is no taking the feet off the gas pedal. It's always good to keep a clean sheet at home.
It does have quite a bit for your confidence as a defender when you can keep a clean sheet. Heading to Wednesday's World Cup qualifier against the Bahamas, we want all the confidence in our backline that we can get. Should be a tougher test on Wednesday, God's spare life.
Hold up. That's a pass. Oh! Off the bar. Second attempt.
My.
He skied it. Ball
Keeper
kick
out
dead
of
in
the
his feet.
goal and one defender on the line, and he skies it.
A chance that went begging.
Oh my.
Valsin had a chance to get his first international goal. Unfortunately, he didn't get the contact that he was looking for on the ball.
Let's go once again for the victory to Anguilla. For the boys.
The whistle signals the end of regulation. This international friendly, Spice Boys versus Anguilla, and it ends officially 2-0. Well done to the Spice Boys, Coach Anthony Modeste, his coaching staff, his players. Got a chance to see many of the young players. They were able to impress tonight. I was particularly impressed with, in the second half, two of the youngsters in the midfield, Dion Phillip and EJ George, doing a very, very good job at commanding, dictating the flow of the game. There were some impressive performances down the wings from second half subs Zaid Douglas and VJ Valsin. And I think they would have done some work. Is it enough to get into the coach's plans for the competitive matches? We'll have to wait to see.
I'm very impressed with the debutants though from Grenada. They did quite a good job. I'm looking forward to seeing them on Wednesday as well. Kudos to Anguilla who gave a good account of themselves as well. Although they fell short. A 2-0 defeat to Team Grenada. There is some pure talent in there.
I think the coach would be pleased for Team Grenada with this performance tonight. One downside I would say is only 2 goals in this one. Might have been a little short for the chances, the possession we've had, the chances that were created. And so perhaps 3 or 4 would have been a more apt scoreline for how this game would have flowed.
Most definitely, Team Grenada should be in good spirit for the game on Wednesday against Bahamas, a World Cup qualifier. We are hoping to see the seats in the stadium filled.
We also saw commendable performances from the back line, keeping the clean sheet. Kimron Marshall leading the back. Harak was next to him in the second half, and they were quite comfortable handling all of that Anguilla threw at them. And so another positive for the Spice Boys in this encounter. Football action it is. Spice Boys looking to take on the Bahamas World Cup qualifier on June 4th, Wednesday, God's Spare Life, right here at the College Athletic Stadium. And we want to see what they look like. Road to World Cup 2026 to be held in North America, USA, Canada, Mexico. All 3 countries joining together to host the prestigious event. What a time it would be.
As the saying goes, same place, same time on Wednesday, 7 p.m. sharp. Not a minute later. Come out in your numbers. Let's support the Spice Boys. Push them on to victory. Let's be that 12th man that they need to get to that World Cup. As we said, the World Cup is in pretty much close proximity. We would like to head on over there to support our boys.
So the team taking in the adulation of the fans, looking forward to congratulating them for their support and accepting what it is that the fans have to offer to them. 4 foreign-based players in the squad tonight. 2 debutants, one of whom would have scored the opening goal of this match, Keyshawn Francois, in the first half. Impressive performances, many different areas for the Spice Boys. Look forward to the tougher test, competitive match on Wednesday, please God.
The boys showing appreciation to the fans for coming out and showing their support tonight. We see Harak there, who took the captain's man in the second half when Lewis went off. There are now 2 of the senior players on the team.
So that's us signing out from the Grenada Athletic Stadium. Thank you for joining with us, and see you again on Wednesday night for World Cup qualifier.
It was a pleasure being here. Rooney J. Roland, we out.
Good night.